Hello, my name's Rod Bates and I'm the owner of Koinonia Guide Service here in central Pennsylvania. Tonight Jared and I are going to take you out on the Susquehanna River and we're going to introduce you to some tips and tactics that we use to catch flatheads and channel cats here in the Susquehanna River. The current river stage is about 5 foot above normal. It's muddy. Eventually Jared can pan around here and show you how muddy it is. And in June, July, and August, typically that's nighttime fishing for flatheads. But because we have mud and a little bit of overcast, I think we can get them in the day. Gets better video for you. So we'll try to give you some tips here, and we're looking forward to the Lord to bless us with some fish tonight. Okay, the gear we're using tonight, this is the 7'6" Team Catfish Thundercat rod. It's a one-piece rod. It has a lot of backbone to it and sensitivity as well. And then the reels we're using, these are the Team Catfish Gold Ring 400 series reels. Okay, now what we're going to talk about is our line. We're using the Team Catfish Tug of War 65-pound braid in a high-vis yellow. The next thing is your sinker slide. Now the Team Catfish sinker slide has an extra wide gap here, which makes it real nice because a lot of times you might be fishing a day sinker and any keeper will work. However, there's other times when you have a bigger sinker, like a 4-ounce here, and you need an extra wide hook on that, and that works well. So we got our sinker slide up our braid. Then in order to protect our knot where our swivel is, we have a Team Catfish sinker bumper, okay? So what that does is when you cast out and that thing's banging, it's protecting your knot. Then we have a 50-pound weighted swivel, and then to the swivel I've got 80-pound Dacron leader on a snelled hook. This is a 7/0 J hook, which works out very well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an easy way to snell a hook, and it's quite simple. The points you want to remember is always take the line towards the point of the hook. Line always towards the point of the hook. So you take your line and you run it through your eye towards the point of the hook. Now, if you have a big tag end like this, that's too much because it can get tangled and foul in your hook. So you want to draw that back to almost to the bend of the hook. Okay, draw that back. So now we got the line there. So now it's simple. 8 wraps of the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 laps of the line. You can snug that up if you want. Which way's the line go? Always through the eye to the point of the hook. So you push this in here like this, you snug it up, and that's it. And I lift 20-pound flatheads in the boat like that, 20+ pounds. I have no fear of that thing coming loose or breaking. Now for you guys who like to fish chicken livers or stinky baits or cut baits or something that you have trouble with it coming off your hook, all you do is back this line out a little bit, hook the meat of your bait on your hook, any excess, put it in that loop, draw it tight. Now that loop helps as a bait keeper as well. So hopefully that'll help you rig up some hooks in a hurry. Okay, Jared's one of our guides here, and he's out to help us tonight to load some catfish in the boat. So Jared, why don't you show him how this Richter anchor holder works?
All right. So if you're trolling around or you get into on a troll mode and you want to drop your anchor really easy, it's a really slick system. It's just a bunch of little teeth in there. It's as easy as pulling up, dropping it down, pushing in, and you're locked in place. It'll never come loose. It's just a great, easy way to anchor up very quickly. And the same as when you're pulling the anchor, pulley system, no effort, lock it in place. It's there.
So basically, if you're just going to move a short distance with a trolling motor or something like that, you don't have to lift the anchor in the boat down.
Exactly.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, I would say one of our biggest headaches when fishing for flatheads, we have to have live bait. So you got to catch your bait, then you got to keep it alive. Some people use aquariums, some people have containers in a pond, a cage. I use a cooler system. I have several coolers. I can keep up to 50 baits in a larger cooler than this, but I need to change my water twice a day, and I can keep those baits for up to 2 weeks. I just have a small battery pack here to bring out on the boat. I have a smaller cooler, probably 20-some sunfish in there right now, and you got the power bubbles, They work fantastic, and that's how we keep our bait alive when we're out on the trip. Okay, so we like to fish at least 6 rods. So we have rod holders in the back. We can put 2 out each side. We've got a rod holder on this side, a rod holder on that side. And then one thing you got to learn, guys, is when one of these rods bites, you'll get movement on the other rod. So you got to look at it a little closely so you make sure you're picking the right rod out of the rod holder. Okay, what we're going to do is show you how we rig our sunfish now. Basically what I do is come up behind the dorsal fin, down about 3/4 of an inch, poke through there, bring it out the other side. Now one thing you got to do is you always got to check your hook, because sometimes you'll have a scale on there like that. You got to make sure there's no scales on that hook. That's how we do it. We didn't even have all 6 rods out, and one went, see if it's a flatty or a channel.
Flatty.
That's a flatty. Thank you, Lord. Look at that, 65-pound braid, just wing him right in there, no issues. Beautiful.
Very nice.
All right, Jared's got him hooked up on our Team Catfish grippers. Those things are phenomenal. We use them on everything. Bass, walleye, muskie, toothy critters, channel cats, flatheads. They work out very well. Okay, we just made a slight move here, and I don't know, 5 minutes, Jared's hooked up. Why don't you take that clicker off? We might have another one going here. Okay. You might as well lift him in. Whoa! Yeah, you better start lifting them in. He's probably a 10-pounder, huh? We want to mark him then. Okay, what we do is we mark our fish so we know if we caught them before. It's kind of neat to track them that way. All right, thank you, Lord. I don't even have the other rod in the water. I was just baiting it up, and Jared's hooked up, got another one coming in here. A little flatty. Just mark him and then send him back out too. Just to give you an idea how muddy the water is. You don't see that bait, don't see that bait. There he is. There he disappears. Here on the Susquehanna River, we fish a lot of rocky water. So if we don't anchor the back of our boat and the bow of the boat, then we get swing. When you drag these baits across, you get hung up a lot. So that's why we fish 2 anchors. Anchor's on. Up, swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. You got one on there? All right. I was checking a line and Jared hooked up over here. Yep, another flatty. Look how orange he is.
Very
interesting. But again, no mark on the dorsal, so we didn't catch him before. Okay, as you can see, I got some jugs here in the boat. What that's for is when we go to another location, we don't lose our bait. We just put him in there, he'll stay alive till we get to the next point where we're gonna anchor. Put it in the rod holder and we're good to go. There's another flatty coming in. We made a move probably 2 miles upriver, scouting out. Probably could have caught more fish if we had stayed there, but checked one spot down below, we didn't do anything. Checked 2 other spots, we didn't fish them, we just checked them out. Now we come up here and probably within 5 minutes we got the flatty coming in. Okay, this rod was getting bit. Looks like it still is. This rod was getting bit, and that rod went while Jared and I were holding the other 2. Ooh. Look at that Thundercat handle that 10-pound fish. Piece of cake. Maybe he's not 10 pound. All right, the bobber rod went. Well, this is a rig I use in muddy water. We keep it close to the boat. And what it is it's a bobber that we drill out, put 3 BBs in it, epoxy it shut, and then as the bait moves, it creates a rattle, kind of an attractant in this muddy water. So and I just keep it right close to the boat. No big boys yet tonight. I think what we'll do is we'll run back down where we started and see if we can do anything there. Alright, there's that bobber rig I was telling you about. Go ahead and shake that rattle for him there, Jared. Just like that, fish moves, makes it happen.
Alright, we were scouting around, had a high river today, muddy. We found a few fish, basically pull up to a spot, you do one or two and you had to move on, so fish were hard to, they weren't bunched up today like we thought with the muddy water, but I used Thundercat poles today and a Team Catfish reel. They performed excellent, just handling the fish just felt tight, there wasn't no roly-poly in your hands, so it was great to try them and looking forward to a lot more fish catching with the Thundercat poles.
If you have any questions about anything that we showed on this video today, just email rodbaits@Koinonia Guide Service, and we'll be glad to answer any questions you might have. Thank you for your time and good fishing, and be blessed.